Happy New Year. I bet you made a vision board. I bet you picked out pictures and you pasted them on a board and you've got it hanging up and you look at that vision board and somebody will mention something and you'll say, wow, that's on my vision board. Yet, if you're honest, probably you look at your vision board, you look at your life, and you see that there's a disconnect. That some of the things are happening. It's like, wow, this happened on my vision board. And yet when you really look at the pace and the magnitude of what's happening in your life compared to what you put on your vision board, you see that there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect between the thing that you say that you really want and what's happening in your life. You have faith, you believe, you're looking at your vision board on your way out the door, but what happens? Why the disconnect between the pictures on the poster and what's happening in your life? Oftentimes I'll hear people talk about how frustrated they are and how they don't understand why it just feels like, sorry about that, such a slow progression with your dream. My name's Felicia Searcy, your Dream Life Activator. It is my joy to be your partner in believing. And in this live, I want to help you understand the mistakes that people make with a vision board and how to really create the life that you would love. What are the actions? What are the steps to consistently work with these universal laws in a way that cause you to look at your life and several times a day you hear yourself saying, oh my gosh, I love my life. And so if you are up for that, put some thumbs up in the comment section. And I would love to hear what's on your vision board. And let's talk about how to really get it into the facts of your life. And if you're liking what you're hearing, wait to the end because I am going to share an amazing gift that I have for you. So here it is. We're at the front of the new year. Happy New Year, by the way. You're at the front of the new year. You probably have made a vision board. I would bet that you've made vision boards several times in the past. You took time to really look for pictures and look at the things that bring you most alive, that excite you, that bring you joy. Those are all really good things. You put them on this poster board, and I can't tell you how many times people will say to me, that's on my vision board, that's on my vision board. But it's not in their life. And you'll look at your vision board when you're talking about it. But where's the disconnect? What happens between having the idea and having the image and then what actually happens in your day-to-day fabric routine of your life? And whoever gave me a thumbs up, thank you on that. So let me share with you where the disconnect is. Let me help you understand why vision boards alone are not effective. And I want you to hear me. I'm not saying to not do vision boards, but to just do a vision board and think that that's enough, that's where people get into trouble. That's the mistake that people make. All right, so let me lay a foundation for you. First of all, I want you to understand. I want you to feel me and see me looking you in the eye. And in this moment, owning and knowing with every fiber of your being just how indescribably powerful you are. It's crazy the power that you wield at your fingertips. You have unlimited capacity to create anything on your vision board. You have this crazy power to be able to create anything that you put up on your vision board. And what is that creative capacity? It's your thinking capacity. I love that quantum physics is now proving what spiritual masters have taught throughout the ages. What you predominantly mentally rehearse in this faculty, this amazing faculty of your imagination, and you charge with your feelings, you charge with your emotions, has energy to it. Jane, good to see you talking about why vision boards don't work, why vision boards by themselves don't work. So you have this amazing capacity to consciously choose images in the faculty of your imagination. Those images have an energy to it. There's a vibration. That vibration is vibrating at a particular frequency that literally has mass. Hey, Elizabeth, really good to see you. Those waves then are then pushed out and impressed into this invisible field of energy, where there are other waves of unformed, undefined energy hanging out in what quantum physics calls superposition. Effectively, they're waiting for direction. Then, in some fantastical way, this energy field, Remy, then organizes according to what you are predominantly mentally rehearsing and feeling, and creates your results. It organizes and it attracts. It's the basic explanation of the law of attraction. We've all heard it. The thing I want you to hear is that the real law is the law of vibration. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as we go through this, because the purpose of your vision board is to direct your mental images. It's not the vision board that's doing the work. It's what you are mentally seeing. And here's the thing that so few people understand. You can't turn this off. You can't turn that two-way communication between what you're mentally rehearsing and this invisible field off. You are always communicating. You're always transmitting something to this invisible field around us. Imagine if we really understood that, how reverently we would treat this breathtaking gift that we've all been given. And I just invite you to take a step back, because oftentimes people will talk about, it's all about mindset, it's all about your mindset. Mindset is absolutely an important piece. Again, it's like it cuts the formula short. Just like vision boards are a piece of it, it's not the full formula. Mindset is not the full formula. What I want you to do is just take a step back and just breathe in how you have been given this unprecedented gift of being able to consciously create a life that you love, a life that you would love to create for yourself. Step back and just be in awe of this power that's moving through you, that so loved you and gave you this gift, and then arranged the universe in such a way that this gift then becomes effective as you use it, and creating the life that's worthy of you, creating the life that's worthy of the power that's breathing you. That's why it goes way beyond mindset, way beyond mindset. All right, so if that's the case, and so I've seen a couple thumbs up, so if you know that that's the case, that you have this indescribable power to create, and this capacity to create is your thinking capacity, it's your imaginative capacity, it's your ability to mentally rehearse images and charge with your feelings, that then becomes the two-way conversation between you and this invisible field. Yes, good. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Masira. This is perfect, because the purpose of your vision board is to direct your images. Now, if we look at the basic cause of our results, you have thoughts. Those thoughts then generate feelings, physiological sensations. Those sensations then are the communication between you and this invisible field. It dictates the message that you're sending out. It also determines the way you see yourself and what you believe is possible for you. That then determines the ideas that you're willing to entertain, the opportunities that you see, which then dictate the actions that you take, and that then creates your results. Now, here's where the vision board comes in. The purpose of your vision board, you know, what is it that generates the images? It's where you place your attention. It's what's capturing your attention out here. What are you looking at? What are you allowing in? What are you allowing to penetrate you? That's then what kicks that whole domino effect off of having thoughts, which are images, which then generate feelings, generate a self-image, then determine ideas and opportunities that you hear or don't hear, and take or don't take, which then dictates your actions, which then create your results. It's your attention that triggers that whole domino effect. So the purpose of a vision board is to maintain your attention. That you want to feed yourself. You want to feed your senses with the images that light you up, with the images that would direct your thinking in a way that is life-giving for you, that take you in the direction of things that you want. But here's the mistake that people make. The mistake that people make, Masira, this is perfect for you right now, is that people believe that having a vision board and looking at your vision board occasionally is enough. And it's not enough. You have well-worn habits of, number one, what you pay attention to, what you believe about yourself, and what you will allow in your life, the amount of good that you will allow in your life. And so you're spending time in the morning, you're looking at your vision board, you're feeling all warm and fuzzy, you walk out the door and your kids are in an argument, or your husband forgot to do something that he said he was going to do, or he got aggravated with you, or you get a call from a family member and they're struggling or sick and they need you and you got a full day. Life hits. Life is right on the other side of that vision board. And the mistake that people make is that they don't understand that whatever you're thinking and being and doing as you're doing life, that's the conversation that you're having with this invisible field. Those are the images that are now activating the sensations, which now becomes this transmission out to this invisible field. It also determines what actions you would take that day, how you would take those actions, and again, how much good you will allow yourself to have. So the vision board is just the tip of the iceberg. So I want to give you other steps to continue to take as you are out in your world in order to maintain this level of vibration, to maintain this level of frequency, so your world will then organize around what is it that you really want, that you will attract and magnetize those things that you want, no matter what's going on in your world. All right, so understand that you have this amazing power. It is breathtaking how powerful you are. You have the capacity to consciously choose your images. You have the capacity to consciously choose where you're going to place your attention. You want to take those capacities with you into your daily routine. So you're getting dressed in the morning, you've got your vision board on your mirror, you're very clear about what is it that brings you most alive. When I work with people, we go through a whole process of getting super clear about what exactly is your vision and what is it to be the woman who's living in that routine. Here's the thing I want you to understand. Your dream has a routine to it. It's different than your routine today, but you want to begin to have a sense of it in your mind, because what you want to do is start normalizing the experience of that routine exactly where you are. So as you're looking at your vision, at your vision board, the next step I want you to take is that I want you to ask yourself, if this were really happening in my life, if I were on that trip, if I had that many clients, if I had the love of my life curling up in bed with me every night, or I was closer with my husband. My husband and I have been together. We celebrated 32 years of marriage in December. And, and we're in a renaissance of our relationship, that we wrote a vision for our relationship. And so we asked, if this were really happening, how would you feel? How would you feel? And you want to generate that feeling. So you're looking at your vision board and you're allowing your vision board to help you generate that feeling of what it would be like to have that as your routine. And then you want to memorize it. You want to memorize that feeling, because when you get out into your world and you're making your kids a peanut butter sandwich and one of them says, I don't want peanut butter, I want bologna, that you are in the midst of that, because your world is continuing to rotate. In the midst of that, you're able to call back that feeling, that expansive feeling, and be that woman in that moment. And so how would you feel? And then here's the other question I encourage you to work with as you're working with your vision board, because this is what you're then taking into your daily routine. Who am I being? My dream one of the things that I help people, thousands of people around the world that I've had the honor of working with, I help people understand that the primary purpose of your dream is to help you discover how off the chart powerful and magnificent you are. Even more magnificent. It's great to get things. Like, I look around my life, and as I continue to consistently work the principles that I bring to you week after week after week, my life just keeps getting better and better and better. That we live in a place that we absolutely love. I've built out a high multiple six-figure coaching and speaking business. I have rich, deep friendships. My husband and I just keep going deeper. Every area of my life just keeps getting better, which is why I'm on fire with helping you do this. And what I understand is what I help you understand. All of that is great, but the real purpose, Rachel, for having a vision board, for having a desire, for having a dream, is that it's the way that life wakes you up to even more of who you are created to be. You discover more of who you are meant to be. So with that in mind, then as you are looking at your vision board in the morning, because I'm talking about a routine to take the process of your vision board with you into your day. You know, if we really believe, as I shared earlier, that our thinking has something to do with creating our results, then you have to be a rigorous champion for your thinking and your vibration. And you do that when you're looking at your vision board by asking, if this all worked out, if this were now my routine, how would I feel? And you recognize that you can generate those feelings now before a single thing in your world changes. And then the second question is, who am I being? The woman who created that result, who was she today? And you want to then identify 3 or 4 qualities. That woman's bold, that woman's compassionate, that woman's focused, that woman's creative, that woman's faith-filled. Now that's 5. You know, that woman's grateful, but you know, pick some of those. And every day, you want to consciously, intentionally be that quality. It's the quality that causes the sensation in your body, which then creates the vibration that you're now emitting out here. That there's a physiological sensation to boldness. You know, even when I say the word, Josephine, bold, you can feel it in your body. That is what now is communicated, is what's getting transmitted out here. And doing it in front of your mirror, or when looking at your vision board, it's not enough. That if you're bold in front of the mirror and then you walk out the door and you get overwhelmed, or you get scared, or you get hesitant in your daily life, the universe doesn't remember when you were standing in front of the mirror. The only thing it can do is pick up whatever you are currently vibrating, whatever you're currently communicating. And if your habit, we all have habits of the way that we have been. If your habit has been a habit of hesitation, a habit of caution, a habit of fear, the minute you walk away from that vision board, that habit is what takes over. That's what then will dictate the ideas that you are willing to entertain or not entertain, opportunities you see or you don't see, and the way you see yourself, which then determine your actions, and then determine your, Glenda, good to see you. I hope this is helping you all. And then it determines the results that you have. So you want to memorize the feeling of whatever the quality is that you're claiming for yourself. You want to mentally imagine being that woman who's acting from that quality. And so when you then step out into your world, and you want to write these things down to remind yourself, when you step out into your world, then you want to keep reminding yourself, I am the woman who did this. I am the woman who's bold. I am the woman who's courageous. And that woman in this moment sees this, you know, what are you paying attention to, and shows up in this way. Now, the power of doing this, and this is where rigorous discipline takes in. This is, you know, this is the work that I get to do with people. of learning how to really wire in a new way of being in order to be, to embody it, in order to be this new organizing pattern for energy. So your vision board actually now has a fighting chance to show up in the facts of your life. While you're doing this, while you're putting on being this woman, that you're putting this quality on, you ask, if I really created this result, if this really came true, that vision board, if those things were in the routine of my life, because remember, your dream, there's a routine to it. If my dream board was in the routine of my life, what action step did I take today? And when you are generating, you're imagining it, you're putting on, what is it, what I say is that you literally zip yourself in the skin. You're zipping yourself into the skin of the woman who did this. You're asking, if it all worked out, how would I feel? What action step would I take? What you're doing in that state is that you are doing what's called generating state. Your brain chemistry literally changes. You literally change your brain chemistry when you do this. You change the way you think. You light up different areas of your brain. As a result, you now have access to a whole nother level of creativity, a whole new level of innovation, and you are now connected to a stream of intelligence where you can now hear the constant guidance, the constant resource of ideas, and now you're attracting opportunities to come to you that will then move you, help you see action steps to take that will then move you in the direction of the things on your vision board. And you can actually facilitate this process by working with 2 questions. If I really believed that what's on my vision board was possible, what action steps would I take today? If I really believed it, what action steps would I take today, and who am I taking those action steps? Let me say that again. You're looking at your vision board and you're being in the routine in your mind's eye, and you're putting on those qualities, and then you're asking, if I really believed that what was on my vision board was possible, what are the action steps that I would take today? And who am I being taking those action steps? And you want to write those things down. And then you want to physically put them on your calendar. Now, you're not done. Because here's what I've watched people do. Again, another mistake that people make is that, you've got ideas, you're taking the action, but you're not paying attention to the micro progress along the way. That you're looking at your vision board and you're looking at your current life, and all you can see is the gap in between. Well, the way that you traverse that gap is by paying attention to the growth and the increase that's happening as you are going through the gap. So an important step along with the vision board is to track your successes, to track your progress. It's not just a matter of having a gratitude list, which absolutely is important. Hey, Jill, go back and listen to this because I think that this would really serve you. It's really important to pay attention to the micro wins. Pay attention to the way that things are progressing forward, even if it feels like it's a snail's crawl. It's like people will, you'll plant an oak tree and the sprouts start coming up, and it would be like, looking at the sprouts and stomping on the sprouts and saying, I don't want sprouts, I want an oak tree. Such a key piece of translating what's on your vision board into your life is learning to recognize the micro progressions, and not, the macro progressions as well, of course, but staying tuned in to the subtle ways that the energy and your life begin to change, and to learn how to acknowledge and celebrate that. There's a couple things that will do for you. Number one, it keeps away disappointment. It keeps disappointment at bay. Disappointment is a dream killer. There's nothing like disappointment just to suck the energy out of you going forward. The second thing that it does is that it helps you build an identity that's a match for your dream. Remember, if you go back to what I said earlier in this live, the purpose of your dream is to help you grow even more of the magnificence that is you. It's to help you to discover and to develop even more of your magnificence. That's the purpose of your dream. As you are recognizing the micro wins along the way, what you're doing is that you're building an identification, that you're actually seeing yourself as the person who's living that dream. You know, I remember when we moved into like our first dream home, I grew up below the poverty line. I mean, on the other side of the tracks. It's like I had nothing in me to identify or recognize that. It took a while. In fact, I remember first moving in and like there was a part of me that was afraid that somebody was going to come knocking on the door and tell me I didn't belong. We now live in an amazing house in Southern California that I absolutely love. It is our dream home and just rich and luxurious in every way. And there was nothing about me that apologized when I moved into this house because the identity matches. It's developing an identity match in order to not only create it, but now you want to sustain it. This is the process of allowing yourself to, when your vision board starts materializing in your world, this is the process of being able to experience it, thoroughly relish and delight in it, and sustain it. All right, so why don't vision boards work? Because looking at your vision board is not a strong enough activity to maintain solid state in terms of a calibrated way of seeing and being in order to give this energy field around you a clear, strong pattern to organize around in order for you to be able to bring what's on your vision board into the facts of your life. So watch the live for the whole explanation. And if you want to go deeper into this, Friday, this coming Friday, January 8th, I am offering a free masterclass, 11 to 12:30, where Pacific time, 11 to 12:30 Pacific time, where we are going to dig deep into this formula of how to unlock the power of your vision board. So you can have a vision board and really understand how to work with it in order to bring what you put on your vision board into the facts of your life. The description, the link to register is up in the description, I think. I don't remember if I put it in there or not, but I'll go back and do that. So join me. Let's go deep. You all have amazing dreams. You're an amazing woman. It's life is just aching to express in amazing, even more amazing ways. Let me help you. This is my expertise. This is my wheelhouse. Friday, 11 to 12:30 Pacific time. I'll put the description, the link up in the description. My gift, let's spend 90 minutes together, deepening your understanding, helping you get clear about your vision, looking at where are the potential pitfalls as you cross that gap, and solidly set you on your way to create your best year ever. All right, so my name is Felicia Searcy, your Dream Life Activator. It is my joy to be your partner in believing. Your dream is the reason I exist. I know that if we build a world where every man, woman, and child is living a life that absolutely brings them alive, truly, this is how we can transform the face of our planet. So join me Friday, 11 to 12:30 Pacific time. I'll put the link up in the description and in the chat, and let's get you going. All right, mwah. God bless. See you Friday.